Hi everyone, Mrs. McBain here. Today we're going to be learning about writing expressions, standard form, expanded form, and parts of an equation. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we have here for some problems. So our first one says, write an expression to show a number being increased by 5. But it doesn't tell us what number is being increased by 5. Well, you know what we can do? We can just use a letter. So let's go ahead and use the letter A. So we could use A as our number being increased by 5. So it would look like A plus 5. All right, let's look at number 2. It says, write an expression to show a number being decreased by 3. So they did it again. They didn't tell us what number is being decreased by 3. So we'll go ahead and use a letter again. So this time let's use B. So how about we say B minus 3 to show that B, our unknown number, is being decreased by 3. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Write an expression to show the sum of A and B. Well, remember the sum means what the two numbers would equal if they're added together. Well, we don't know what numbers A and B represent, but we can still write out the expression. So we would say A plus B equals. All right, so let's see here. What's this number 4 say? It says, write an expression that W less than 4. Ooh, write an expression, I think it means to show that W is less than 4. Let's take a look here. So we could say, let's see, we could say that W is less than 4. No, I don't think that's quite what they're looking for, although that would be accurate. I think what they're looking for is maybe 4 minus W, because that would be W, whatever our mystery number is, less than 4, or 4 less than W. Huh, okay. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. All right. So in our next set of problems, let's see. Oh, these look complicated. It says, using the fewest number of symbols and characters, rewrite the expressions. Huh. That seems like a really strange way to say something now, doesn't it? Well, let's take a look and see what we can do. Using the fewest number of symbols and characters, rewrite the expressions. Well, let's start with this 9a times 3b. Well, we don't know what the a and b equal, but what's 9 times 3? Isn't that 27? So we could say 27. Then we could say times a and b. Now remember, when your letters are right next to each other, right next to numbers, you don't have to write multiply because we know to do that. So we'd have 27AB. All right, let's take a look at this next one here. It says 4t times 7n. 4t times 7n. Well, we could do 4 times 7, and that's 28. And then we'd also still need to multiply the t and the n. So we'd have 28tn. Okay, well, let's see. Number C, it says 2b times 8c. Okay, well, we know that 2 times 8 is 16, so we've got 16, and then we still need to multiply by both b and c, so 16bc. Okay, well, those weren't as bad as they looked. Let's see what we've got up next. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this one wants us to rewrite the expressions in expanded form. So that means we're going to expand these out. Just like in the other one, how we were writing them in standard form, so we were making them smaller, so it looked more like 16s. Okay, so let's see. So 16, so let's first think of what are two numbers we could multiply together to equal 16. Let's see, well, we could do 4 times 4 to equal 16. And we could add the s in, so we'd have 4 times 4 times s. Okay, well, that works. Let's look at B. So 25c. So let's see, are there two numbers that we can multiply together to equal 25? Oh, sure there are. We could say 5 times 5 times C. So you see how we're expanding the numbers out here? Okay, so let's look at the next one. Oh, that one's long. 10 GBN. Well, let's see. Well, we could say 2 times 5, because that equals 10, times G times B times N. Okay. Well, see, those weren't too hard at all now, were they? All right, well, let's go ahead then and take a look at the parts of the equations. All right, so let's get our parts of equations open here. All right, so the parts of the equation. So you take a look at this number here. So this is our coefficient. So that's that number that comes right here first. It's followed by a variable. So that variable is the letter A, because remember, we don't know what A equals. So we're going to call that a variable. This dot right here, well, we know that that can equal multiplication. So that's our operation. We've got two things here that can be called a constant. So that's our 4 and our 28. Because if we look at our 3 and our A, that's our coefficient and our variable, those two have the potential of changing because of this variable right here. But this 4 and that 28, they're always going to be the same. That 28 is also sometimes called the product. All right, and in between the 4 and the 28, we have our equal sign. So those are the parts of our equation. All right, well, I hope you all have a wonderful day.